And yet another journal that needs a forever home. This is called Willa's Fashion, and the book measures 6 1/4 by 9 1/2 by 1 1/2 inch spine. I have attached the signatures using a hand-sewn cross-stitch binding. I've used a little lace trim on the front and on the back. The closure is a hitch post and lace closure, and I have a couple of little charms. I have a little crown and a little clock. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a really pretty little rose that's embossed on the front. This is a name plate that's operational. I've just put this in there as a template. I've accented the front cover with some die cuts on the corners and around the hitch post. On the inside we have a book plate, and the first page, I think these are Webster's pages. Some of the digital downloads that I've used for embellishments, some of those elements, I don't really know exactly where they came from, but I do know I've used Ephemeris, Vintage Garden, I've used Dreams, etc., Happy Chick Creative, and the Cameo Shop, and I'll try to identify which ones are which, but I think I might have some in here that I don't remember where they came from. This is Webster's pages, and this is an envelope that I've made out of a digital download. And I don't remember whose that is. Webster's pages with the lighthouse. This is from Ephemeris Vintage Garden, and I'm not sure where that download came from, but that was a digital download. And this is Ephemeris Vintage Garden I've used here to make that. A little tuck spot from a paper bag. This is a digital download of ledger paper, and I don't remember again where I got that. And a little one of my vintage ladies. I love these vintage ladies. Little journaling card. This is graphic 45. This is from Dreams, etc. This is a download from one of her kits. Book page with a little heart as a tab. Book page with a couple of little ledger pages. Altered paper clip, a couple little tags with some stamping, paper bag, and the inside. This is all the papers and book pages have been tea dyed or coffee dyed. Didn't that turn out pretty? I love the way that looks. I think our local library has every year a book, The Big Read, and this particular brochure came from The Big Read when My Antonia by Willa was featured, and so I took that brochure and dismantled it and used some of those pages in this book. Here we have a die cut, a little tab, and this is one of the pages of the brochure, Willa Cather, and a little bit about her life. I think that is Webster's pages. This is Happy Chick Creative. Another one of my little vintage ladies. Ephemeris Garden, Vintage Garden. I don't remember who this is, but I love these envelopes. I think they're just kind of cool. Very cool. You have to be smarter than the envelope to get it shut. Little corner tuck. This is some stenciling that I put in this book. I occasionally do some stenciling, and I love it. A little envelope. Has some tea-dyed or coffee-dyed paper. I'll be honest with you, I can't tell the difference between tea-dyed and coffee-dyed, and I just put it all in one big place in my craft room. This is graphic 45 with a little bit of philosophy card. Now for my first amazing feat of the day, I shall turn water into coffee. A little more stenciling. Another vintage lady. Little journaling card. This is tea-dyed paper, and I printed, this is Ephemeris Vintage Garden, and I tea-dyed or coffee-dyed the paper first, then I ironed it, and then I put it through my printer. I don't recommend that a lot. A little bit's fine, but I don't think your printer would respond real well to that all the time. Vintage Lady. This is Habit Chick Creative, Webster's Pages. This is another page from the brochure, and that I added these little pins. They came from Graphic 45, little tab. This is kind of a flip over, a little die cut. Another one of those. This is Dreams, etc. Another one of those bags. Isn't this paper gorgeous? I love the way this paper turned out. I bake my paper and then I iron them. And a little die cut on a book page. Another little book page. This is Graphic 45. Another little journaling card. I don't remember where I got that digital download. Little Jane Austen tag. I don't remember. That was a digital download, but I don't remember where. This is some Ephemeris Vintage Garden that I printed on coffee dyed paper. Little frame with Graphic 45, I believe. It might have been Webster's Pages. I don't know. This is Dreams, etc. There's a little bit of washi tape on it. A little corner tuck there. This is from Graphic 45. I fussy cut him. This is a Prima tag that I tucked under him. I love to fussy cut. And another little corner tuck. This is a little for journaling. This is Ephemeris Vintage Garden. Again, I printed that on the coffee dyed paper. This is a little frame from Graphic 45. Graphic 45 on a book page. On a book page and a little die cut. This is Graphic 45 that I fussy cut. And again, this is Dreams, etc. Oh, maybe that. No, I think that is a book. Made that a little belly band type thing. On a thesaurus page, another one of my vintage girls. This is some designer paper that I cut into I coffee dyed it and cut it to size. Thesaurus paper, Graphic 45. Little stamping on the tag. This is Graphic 45 on that tuck spot. Little stenciling, more Ephemeris Vintage Gardens. I think this is Webster's Pages, Ephemeris Vintage Garden. And I think this is Cameo Shop, I believe. Another one of those envelopes. This is Project Life card. Webster's Pages, Ephemeris Vintage Garden, more stenciling, a couple of word sticks on designer paper. This is Thesaurus page, Graphic 45, Ephemeris Vintage Garden. Graphic 45 for a little frame on the designer paper that I've coffee stained. Webster's Pages. This is another thesaurus page. Another thesaurus page. Little philosophy card. For 1 minute, walk outside, stand there in silence, look up at the sky, and contemplate how amazing life is. I've used a little acetate piece as a tuck spot. This is a Project Life card that I've tucked in there. And a couple of pieces of sheet music. tucked inside. This is graphic 45. More tea-dyed or coffee-dyed paper with graphic 45 as a frame. Ephemera's Vintage Garden. Ephemera's Vintage Garden. Little side tuck. Graphic 45. Both of these are graphic 45. Webster's Pages. I don't remember who this is. Dreams, etc. Thesaurus Page. And I've glimmer misted this Thesaurus Page. A little altered paper clip. This is graphic 45. Designer paper that I've tucked in there that's coffee dyed or tea dyed. This is Ephemera's Vintage Garden. A little bit of stenciling on a book page with a heart as an tab. That's a digital download, but I can't remember where I got it. This is more of the Ephemera's Vintage Garden that I printed on an already coffee dyed or tea dyed page, graphic 45. This is the front cover of the Big Read brochure. These are from K & Company. I got a whole package of numbers. And this is digital download, but I don't know from where. And this is the inside of the... And I think... I don't remember where I got that. Another one of my vintage ladies. You Shine a Light. This is Cameo Shop. Ephemera's Vintage Gardens. One of those envelopes with some more paper that has been coffee dyed, tea dyed. Graphic 45, I'm not sure where I downloaded that. More stenciling. Ephemera's Vintage Garden, Ephemera's Vintage Garden. I don't remember where I got that. That was a digital download. More Webster's Pages. Graphic 45. This is a part of the brochure with a little tab on that. A couple little journaling spots. Back. This is another one of those numbers from the package. Project Live card. Tea-dyed, coffee-dyed paper with a graphic 45 frame. Ephemera's Vintage Garden. I've stenciled on that page. Another one of those heart tabs. Graphic 45. I'm not sure where I got that. That's a paper collection. An envelope with an altered paper clip. A little tag on that altered paper clip. This is Ephemera's Vintage Garden. Thesaurus Page. This is from where I keep all my scraps, and then I make these little frames from my scraps. Graphic 45. That's been glimmer misted. Digital download from I don't know where. I dream of a world where chickens can cross the road without having their motives questioned. I don't kind of like that philosophy card. Always pray to have eyes that see the best in people, a heart that forgives the worst, a mind that forgets the bad, and a soul that never loses faith in God. Webster's Pages. This is graphic 45, and those are just two of my vintage ladies that I've fussy cut. And this is a Prima tag. And this is Dreams, etc. This little journal needs a forever home. Thank you for watching.